Hey! Well, today I wanted to tell you about these greetings, which are in their informal way, as you can see here. Hey, hey is a way of saying hello. Hey. Then we have how you doing? How you doing? With a clear n or n sound at the end. How's it going? With a clear n sound at the end. And how are ya? How are ya? How are ya? The letter Y. This letter sounds different when it's at the beginning of the word, such as here, at the beginning, or if it's in the middle or at the end of a word, such as here. So when it's at the beginning, it will sound like a yeah, yeah, which is represented by this phonetic sound. This is not the letter Y, this is a ya sound, and it is considered a consonant sound. And when it is at the middle or at the end, you will pronounce it in a relaxed E manner. So something like an eh, eh, where your lips and your face is relaxed. So the letter Y can have two different pronunciations. One that is a ya sound and one that is an sound, as we can see here. For instance, this is the phonetic transcription of this first word. We can see that the H is pronounced like a breathy or soft H. Then it comes an and a soft E. So this is pronounced hey, hey. And then it comes the ya, which is not an E, is a ya. And then the phonetic symbol to represent this kind of which is an a. Hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya. So this E and this ya are not the same and are not blend in together. You make a small pause between the I and the ya, because this is a vowel sound and this is a consonant sound. Hey, hey, hey. How you doing? How's it going? How are you? So usually this ends with a G here. You have a G, but you do not pronounce it doing. So these words that end in an N, G, you do not say the N or the G. You say something in between, which is a a sound. So by placing an apostrophe here, I am signaling that I'm going to say the N, which is a different sound. And now I'm going to write here what each one of them is supposed to say. So here is the same as saying hey you, or with a small cap, hey you. And how you doing is pretty much, you can guess what it is. It is how you doing. But remember that you do not pronounce the ng. So not ng. You say the sound. So how you do how you doing? How you doing? And this is also very obvious. Is how is it going? And once again, you do not say you say that weird sound that is not an N and not a G. It's just one sound that blends both sounds together. So going. And how are you? It's just the very short version of how are you? How are you? So it is, as you can see, very common that the U will be shortened and pronounced as a ya. So instead of you, many times you will hear a ya. And you should never hear a g at the end. And you're supposed to have a sound, but if people tend to simplify it saying the n, well, that's informal and in theory incorrect, but that can still happen. So if going for the n sound is easier than going for the sound, perhaps you could follow just this and say how you're doing, how's it going. It's not 100% correct, but it's better than nothing. And just the last greeting, how are you? So I would say, it is much more common to say, how are you? With a y instead of how are you? Of course, you will always go with a full you if it's a sort of formal context, and if it's a very friendly and relaxed casual environment, you can go with a yeah. But most people, when they are with their friends, will not say you, they will actually say yeah. So remember, you oftentimes will be said as a yeah, and the final sound may oftentimes be changed for an n.